and welcome back to Making with Miss Dobras. Look at this is a giant paper star. I'm going to teach you how to make these giant paper stars. I call them 3D stars or 3D paper stars. They are made from 6 pieces of paper with some glue or tape or a stapler. These are great decorations to make for any occasion, and I highly recommend maybe getting your family involved on this one because it's going to take some time. But if you put in the time, you're going to have an awesome, really cool 3D star decoration to hang up for any holiday or celebration. And these can be made in any color, and this is made with regular size paper, but if you want to try to make them smaller, you can make them. I've started to make a little one using little paper. The little ones are harder. They're a little more detail oriented, so I recommend going big and making a big one to start off because they're really fun and they look really cool when you hang them up. All right, let's get to it. All right, for this project, you need 6 pieces of paper. It can be any color paper you want, and you need some scissors, and you need a glue stick or tape. You can do it with either one, and actually, you can even do this project using a stapler, so I'll show you all different options. All right, to start with, we need to turn a rectangular paper into a square paper. So we take this point, we go all the way down. We want to have a point over here before we fold it. And we fold it down carefully, and we cut this edge off. All right, there we have our square piece of paper, and it is about 8.5 by 8.5 inches, okay? And you need 6 of these square pieces of paper to get started. All right, so then you turn it so the point is pointing towards your tummy, and you bring this point to the point all the way across, and then you just fold it in half. So you bring the point to the point, you line up those 2 points, and you make your fold. All right, that was easy, right? And now we're going to fold it in half again. We're going to take this point and fold it over to the other point. We're going to match those points up before we push it down. So then we have a triangle. So remember, you're cutting it along the long side that's open. That's where your lines are going to be. And you want them to be equal, and you want to leave a space right here. And this space is about the width of an inch, about the width of a ruler. But it's not precise. It doesn't have to be perfect. But you just want to make sure that your lines are all parallel, which means they're all going in the same direction, and that they're all parallel with this side line, so that when you open it up, it looks like this. Now, I made a lot of mess ups. I kept cutting them wrong, and they would come out like this. So don't feel bad if you mess up. You'll probably have a few mess ups before you get it. But once you get it, then you know how to do it, right? And you'll get faster at doing it too. All right, so there is 1 unit, okay? These are big. I told you we were going to go big. Now, you have to make 6 of these. And what we do is we're going to attach these together to make a giant star. And it's going to look really cool. Here I have a green one here, and we're going to attach them like this. I don't know if you can see, but we're going to start to make a pattern. And you just attach them all the way around and you have a giant star. So this is a great project to get your family members involved in, because if you can get everyone to make one or to help you make these, it'll go a lot faster. But if it's just you, you can do it too. So I'm going to start making them. I think I'm going to have to fast forward this scene. It's going to take a while. It's going to look cool in the end, though. I told you, we're going big this time. A big, giant star. All right, we're getting to it. So we have 4 here. So I'm going to show you how to do it. You have to line them up so they're all the same direction. So I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a bump on this side right there. That's where you glued the first side. So you want them all in the same direction. And then you just attach them right here, okay? Now, I will say, if you have a stapler, that is an easy and fast way to connect them, okay? You just line up those corners and you put a staple in it. Now, of course, you can do this with glue as well. And you can probably do it with tape too. All right, so you see how I'm getting all the points together and we can start to see it. All right, are you starting to see how it's gonna look like a star? Let's see if I hold it like this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 2 more to add to our star. I can barely see you. It's so big, I can barely see you. So we have 4 points, 2 more to go. We can do it. Have patience, you guys. Good projects take time. Good projects take time. We got this, right? All right. So we're putting it together. I got all 6. Now remember, when you're putting it together, you want to look at how it's shaped. And you want to try to put them all in the same direction. So I'm going to put this one this way. And then you just got to get them all together. And it can be a little bit hard to do it, but if you have a stapler, I recommend a stapler for this part. But you can also do it with glue, no problem. There we go. Check that out. Okay, so once you get this together, okay, you're not quite done because you need to attach these areas right here. You can do it with glue or you can do it with a stapler. I'm going to do it with glue here. And you just want to pinch it right there and you're going to do it the same thing all the way around. Okay. So you want to make sure right there where it crosses, that's where you're gluing it together. And you just want to hold them together. Don't rush it. If you're using a glue stick, you really want them to stick together, so you want to hold it for a good 10 to 20 seconds. And if it comes undone, you can always use a little tape, or you can use a stapler. All right, you guys, there it is. Isn't this awesome? It's so beautiful and it's so simple. It's just paper, right? Paper. I highly recommend if you have a stapler to get it out. I definitely used it to attach these parts right here, okay? Right here, you got to attach those, and then you have to attach it in the middle. But this looks really cool, and if you make them in all different colors, they're beautiful decorations. So I do recommend doing this with someone else, not just by yourself, okay? Because it's a lot of work. So if you could do it with your mom and dad, or with your older brother or sister or cousin, someone who wants to do it, it'll go a lot faster. And I think for all the mom and dads out there who may be helping your student, your child with this project, if you can cut these lines for them to get them going, I think that that would be helpful. So that they can do the folding and the taping and then the gluing, and then you can make it together, all right? Okay, so there we have it. All right, that's all for now, you guys. Happy holidays, stay safe out there, and keep on making.